Okay. Okay. Shall I start now, sir?
Yeah.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to my presentations. And it's me, Bikas Basnet from Faculty of Agriculture, AFU Rampur. And I was assigned in home campus for my Lee internship. And I am thrilled to talk about my research that is in undergraduate degree. And here is the title of my research, the genetic diversity assessment based linear on-biased prediction modeling and revealing the effect of phytohormone on post-fertility traits of moving genotypes under rain-fed condition in Chittagong, Nepal. My major advisor and supervisor is Assistant Professor Krishna Prasad Thapaliya, sir, and his department is from the Rural Sociology and Development Studies Department, AFU. And here goes to the background of my research introductions. Mingna radiates, also known as the mung bean or mung dal, which grow quickly, depends upon the temperate, depends upon the climatic condition. Either it is grown in tropicals or subtropical conditions. So the maturity duration ranges from 55 to 75 days, and it is self-pollinated in nature. Talking towards the chromosome number, generally Mungbean have 21, that is diploid chromosome number is 22, but one of the expression variety, that is Vigna reflexa pilosa, which have the tetraploid in nature. And here is the interesting thing about my research is the one of my experimental variety, that is VC1973A, which is recently genome sequenced by the Liu et al. 2022, and the genome draft genome size of 475 to 579.35 megabase pair. Talking about the nutritional dynamics and biofortification approach of the mung bean, it is a strong source of the carbohydrate with 60 to 65% carbohydrate dominations. And when you compare with the protein content with the soybean and kidney beans, it have superior in terms of protein contents ranges from 20 to 21.32%. Similarly, fat 1.5%. And one of the interesting thing about the moonbeam nutritional dynamics is it also contains the folate, which reduce the aging factor of human. And here is the concept that's talk about the genetic diversity that I can link with the climate resilience program. Nepal is one of the victim climate country, and it is the fourth most vulnerable country in climate change. So the genetic diversity study is necessary for the any crop improvement program, especially for the genetic parameter. So the crosses between the parent with the greatest genetic diversity is necessary to study and to improve the any germ plasma. And there are many techniques that I use for selections of the phenotypic markers, phenotypic traits, especially the principal component analysis that is used to identify and to remove the duplicate genotype with similar phenotypes. And one of the recent model, that is multi-trait stability index, that is proposed by 2021 Ben Kalim et al. This is the recent model that haven't used before in Nepalese breeding scenario, that is called multi-trait stability index analysis, that analyze the stability and overall performance of the genotypes. And my treatment that is associated with the response with the phytohormones. And the one of another study that is conducted by the high it or 2021 shows that phytohormones that influence the gene, that is Fornia, that associate with all the post-fertility associated traits. And here is the statement of the programs. I would like to talk about the two concepts for the post-fertility trait. Cloud seeding and the poor grain setting is the major program for the smallholder farmer, and exogenous applications of the tested germ plasma for the phytohormone, especially the mung bean, is not documented, but some of the cooker beans crops is already studied for the phytohormone application in beans. And I use the standard research rate that is especially conducted in Indian continent for the application rate of GA3 50 mg per liter and nephthalic acid usage 50 mg per liter at 30 days and 55 days, that is the mid-flowering days of the moonbeam genotype. And another problem lies with the asynchronous maturation habit. The asynchronous means that is we need to multiple harvest for the moonbeam pods. So this habitat is controlled by the two factor. One is integrated genetic factor, that means influenced by the genetics itself and the environmental factor. And here is the factor analysis index based linear on by prediction model that is used to select the morphological characteristics that is used to pinpoint out the optimal elite genotype based on the stability and overall performance. And here is the rationale of this study. In Nepal, when we see the scenario of the moving cultivation practice, only some few domestic germ plasma are tested and they are considered as promising cultivar. But I use a Taiwanese cultivar. These are the Korean germ plasma, and this is necessary to check the standard check for the any breeding program. And selection and improvement is necessary for the promising cultivar. In Nepal, generally Pratigya, KPS 1 and Samrat is used as a promising cultivar for over all the region, especially Tarai region that is more dominance for the moving cultivations. And here is the term that I refer, that is phenotype elasticity, which indicates about the phytohormones responsive genotypes. Phenotype elasticity simply indicates the which genotypes responds well and most yielded genotype to are the phytohormone from the farmer perspectives. So I use the term phenotype elasticity, and here is another term FA and block models, which measure the ideal candidate for the Chiton conditions, and that is scorecard selections and hybridizations program. Here is the objective of my study. There is general objective and specified objectives. General objectives is to study the significance of the phytohormone foliar applications and ideal stable genotype and diversity through the multivariate analysis techniques. And the specific objectives are to assess the significance and impact of phytohormone foliar applications on yield associated attributes, to study a genetic diversity, especially the phenotypic marker, through the principal component analysis, cluster graphics, and base linear unbiased prediction for the crop hydrotile modeling, and for the stability analysis of the tested moonbeam germ plasma. Here is the systematic review topic that is support my research questions. I use the keyword through the Google Explorer and the other browsing website for the searching of my recent topic that match with my topic with the keyword of PC analysis, PC byplot analysis, cluster analysis, multi-thread stability analysis, and that is some term that is flowering and post-flowering trait association assessment, and the impact of phytohormone on associated crop yield attributes. Here is the materials matters. Here I show the demo plot layout for my experimental individual plot with the spacing of plant to plant distance of 15 centimeter and the plant to row to row distance of 40 centimeter. And here is the GIS map that shows the study area. And here is the weather pattern over the growing season of the moonbeam from March to June last. And here is the materials matter section for the quantitative and qualitative study of the soil parameters. And I use the USDA textural tangles for the qualitative study of qualitative and quantitative study, and bulky and black matter for extraction of black organic matter present in the soil. And here is the material matter section that I use the standard research dose, that is 50 milligram naphthalic acid and 50 milligram GA3, that is foliar application techniques. And one of the sticker that I use for the phytohormone application is Gorkha stick mode with the standard research dose is 0.5 mg per liter, which increase the efficiency of the phytohormones during foliar applications. Before showing the seed of the movement, I use the priming techniques that is suggested by the Supply et al. 2018, that is already published in Springer. And I use the 1 gram of seed per the 1 gram of water, and priming purpose for the 6 hour and sowing of seed is performed. And the RCPD design is used for the research, and plot size was 4.60 square meter, 3 replications, 16 genotypes, These genotypes are assessed from the National Grain Legume Research Program Khajura
9-10
Party.
मिनट
And
भइसक्यो
optimum
अहिले
sowing
म
time
त्यो
for the
नेपाल
Chittagong
जान्छु
conditions was already documented
सट्ट
by
गइहाल्यो
Nepani et al. 2022. In
सरस्वती
March 22, this is the optimum sowing time for
यसमा
Moki,
केही
and I
बुझ्नेवाला
followed
छैन
this
कि
protocol. And I performed the correlation analysis and simple linear correlation analysis, yield calculations models, and I used multivariate analysis techniques for the niche model analysis, elevation, distance calculation models, cluster
मलाई
analysis
लागिरहेछ
model,
उसको सने हाम्रो
multi-stage
मात्रै
genotype,
नेटवर्क
ideotype, distance indexing models, factor
उडाइदिनु
analysis model, PC analysis model,
रेकर्ड
and
गरेको
estimation
रेकर्डेड
of the genetic parameter, and ANOVA for the Tonkon test calculations, mean especially for the pairwise mean comparisons. And here is the statistical package that I use for the
अब यसमा
analysis of the data. All the data are entered in the Excel and
यो त
structured
साइन्टिस्टवाला
recent
ल्याङ्ग्वेज
dated version 2023-06-16 version is used for the
धेरै नै फ्याक्टर
analysis
एक्स्ट्रा
purpose of the
फ्याक्टर
data.
मिन
Agricola
त्यो
used for
सरले
the
के
means
बुझ्छ यो
equations. Global validations
धेरै
of the
सोध्छ
linear model
जिरो
assumption
धेरै
is
सोध्छ
used for the normality testing, and
कहिले
variability package used for the
भन्दा
estimation of genetic parameter. Factor
त्यस्तै
extra and minor is for the principal component analysis, and multitude stability analysis, and metan is used for the Pearson correlation matrix analysis. And I use the recent three models. This is the updated package for the ggplot, socialize, and the reserve package that is used for the placements of the heat map and other graphics. And yanv cluster is used for the cluster analysis that determine the optimal number of cluster of the associated phenotypic marker of the tested genotype. And here is the results section of my table 2 shows that the flowering and post-flowering associated trait among the tested genotype. So sample plant flowers before applications of the hormone is recorded highest
भयो
for the
प्रेजेन्टेसन
Forsythia genotype at 0.1% of level of significance, which indicate that each sample plant flower drops that I was observed in my
नलेज त
experiment
फेरि
is
उसँग छ
really sensitive genotype. And similarly, the after applications of hormones,
हिस्ट्री
within
त
the
साउन्ड
24
बुझ्दैन
hours, I
एक त यहाँ
recorded
के छ
the
थाहा
sample flower dots and the genotypes BC39688 and the BC63708 shows the which higher sample plant flower dots after applications after hormones. And the length of the pod is highest for the length and the pod per cluster. Both traits are highest for the genotype 3 BC39608 at 0.1% level of significance, which coefficient of variations lies only 12%. That indicates the 12% of the data point that not fit my test, that is
हेरिराख्यो होला
Duncan mean comparison
उता
test.
यहाँ आएको
And similarly, the dimension of the grain, especially diameter of the grain is higher for the
34
three genotypes,
34 त
that is
होला
BC accessions and the KPS1.
यति धेरैजना को
And here is the grain characteristics among
यो
the
चुनिरहेको
moonbeam
होला
genotypes, and length and area
ए
of
बाबु
seed is
धेरै धेरै पढिसक्यो त्यो भइगयो अब धेरै पढ्नु परेन
associated for the
फटाफट फाइनेन्स गर्न त
617C genotype and followed by the grain per pod is
ए
associated
विकास
for the genotype BC708.
विकास हुने
हजुर सर
यस्तो सत्यनारायण वानको पाठ त राम्रै गरेको छ तिमीले त्यो यसको कन्क्लुजन फाइन्डिङ्स भन त छिटो यो यति पढ्नु पर्यो
Sir, I will move for next slide. So here is the yield associated parameters, which is associated for the most grain yields. Highest grain is recorded for the genotype CN95 and the BC6370A.
यसको म्याक्सिमम
And
टाइम
here is the correlation matrix heat maps that I associate for the heat map analysis of the associated trait. And most of the traits that is highly significant at p-value 0.1% with the coefficient R coefficient value of 0.55 to the 0.94, and the yield attribute state number of seed per pot, number of cluster per plant, harvesting index, sample plant power doves, which are associated for
एकछिन है
the
एनइएस
strongly
एनइएस
significantly
एनइएस एउटा
associated
यहाँ
for the yield
सिग्निफिकेन्स यसको यो छ है
attributes. And here is the cluster analysis that I use centroid linkage
यो
method,
त मसँग
and
नै
for
छ
the grouping of the genotype and the intercluster distance is higher for between C1 cluster, and intra-cluster distance is highest for C3 and
कोरेरै
C4.
गरिरहेको
The main diagonal is represent the intra-cluster distance, and off diagonal
30 मिनट
represent the intercluster distance. Here is the
फेरि
hierarchical dendrogram that
क्यामेरा अन गरौँ
represent the clustering of the
धेरै
genotype based on
क्या
phenotypic marker. And here is the principal component analysis graph that shows the which phenotypic
पेपर
traits
पढ्न
that
पाउँदैन यसरी
contribute which dimension.
पेपर
So principal
पढ्न
component one or dimension one is with the 9 traits that significantly cross the threshold mean
अनलाइन
value.
यस्तो एआई
Similarly,
कति
dimension
कमिला
two
छ
have the
बिजा दुई चाहिँ
10
ठिक्क
traits
लेख्यो
that
यसमा
significantly
त
meet
केही
the
सोध्दैन होला
threshold
जस्तो लाग्यो
value.
सोध्दैन होला
And here is the
ओ
distribution
यहाँ
plot
यो फोटो
and
तान
points that
फोटो
are
तान्नु फोटो
distributed
तान
for the genotypes associated trait.
यसमा
And the line that is vector shows the distribution of the trait on each fourth quadrant.
तर म ट्राई लास्टै सोध्दै रहेछ यार
And here is
हो
overall representation of the trait associated dimensions of PCA triplet. And here, based on the Kaiser, this is a thumb rule that we have to select the
egality,
only
variance,
those principal
variance,
components which
covariance.
have the
बाबु
one
ए
and zero.
विकास विकास
हजुर सर
हामी दुवैजना एक्सटेन्सनको परे के त्यो यो हामी के त्यो यति यति बुझाइरहेछ कि हामी आफै दिमाग खराब अब हुन्छ है यो
Yes, sir.
यो
I'll go for my
केही
conclusion.
हामी केही बुझ्दैनौँ
रेकर्ड गर्नु
यति
के
हामीलाई त्यो
बुझिरहेको छ भने भिडियो
त्यो
बना
क्लियर कट तिमीले दुई चारवटा कुरा भन यो कलर सेप ग्रोथ लिप्स सेप यो फ्लावर्सको नम्बर्सहरू अथवा सिड साइज
वर्क
नम्बर्स अफ सिड यो पर पड प्लान्ट हाइट यिनीहरूमा के त्यो
छैन
त्यो
केही छैन
तिम्रो
त्यो छँदै
त्यो
छैन
परिवर्तन आयो त्यो त्यो रिजल्टले के भनेको छ त्यो नेपालीमा भन त अब यो केही बुझ्दै बुझिनँ मैले
ल सर म नेपालीमा
त्यो
डिस्क्राइब
भिडियो
गर्छु
बनाउने
यसको
हो
लागि
क्या त्यसमा
म
रेकर्ड
त्यो
हामीले
गर्नु
चाहिँ
रिजल्ट डिस्क्राइब गर त
रिजल्ट सर आई एम डिस्क्राइबिङ माई
यो
रिजल्ट
त धेरै राम्रो तिमीले रिसर्च गरेको छ यो त पुरा मास्टर्स भन्दा पिएचडी को
पाख्नु तर छैन
यो धेरै यति
so here is my final
अँ,
conclusions.
अँ,
So the first bullet point that I write
फर्स्ट
here is
बुलेट पनि
state
भन्नुपर्छ
correlations in breeding strategy,
हेर
which
फेरि
signifies
पेटको
that
विषय
those traits which are strongly correlate with the yield-related attribute that must be selected for the crop improvement
केपीले
program.
गाली
So
गर्छ
in my investigation, I found that the number of cluster per plant, number of
के
seed
त
per
भन्दैछ
pod, harvesting index, biological
उसको
yield,
समझ
and
आउँछ
sample plant flower dose before and after
तर मेहनत त
applications of
गरेको हो
hormone
यार
is detrimental for the yield
बिल्ल दिदी मराठा
perspectives.
जानु पर्थ्यो कि
So
छे छे
the second bullet point that I highlighted here is that the plant phytohormone that is standard research
कस्तो
rate
हामीले केही बुझ्दैन
50
थियो खालि
mg/3
त्यसै
per
कमेन्ट एउटा
liter
कुरा पनि
and the
बुझेको छैन
50
भनिरहेको
mg
दिदीले
methylmalicitic
सुनिरहेको छु मैले
acid per liter,
देखाउनु
which is the significant impact on yield. And the recent model that is multi-trait stability index model that identify the promising two cultivar based on the overall trait. So the
प्र्याक्टिस त धेरै गऱ्यो
BC1973A
होला
and the
यसमा
धेरै मिनट छ
CM95
त्यहाँनिर कति चोटि सुनेको छु
is identified as the most
मैले त
stable
केही
for the
बुझेन
citron
मलाई
growing
नेपालीमा
conditions,
बुझाएको
and yield is 2.8
17 मिनट
tons
पनि गरे
per
त्यस्तो
त्यसको
स्किप
hectare, which
भयो
नर्मल
is
एसएस लास्टै सोध्नु रहेछ
significantly higher
सोध्छ
than that of national average, only the 1.5 to 2 tons per hectare.
कसको
So
मेरो
further
पर्छ कि
recommendations and evaluations for mega environmental
केही
diet
होला
is
सोधे नि
set for this study. This is
केही
my
बुझेको छैन होला हेर्नु
and here
आराम
is the selected reference for this study. And I would like to acknowledge my National Grain Legume Research
माई
Program
नेसनल
Khajura Baki for the germplasm and Faculty of Agriculture Rampur
आत्तिसक्यो
and
बिचमा
Major Advisor Krishna Prasad
होइन
Tapalia Sir,
सरी
the Home
हालिदियो
Campus
सर
Train
अत्ताइसक्यो
Engineers, Professor Dr. Madhav Prasad Nupane, Surya Bandana Sir, Professor Sapana Giri Ma'am, and my beloved parents. Here is my the research endeavors with my research journey. And I would like to wrap these presentations. If you have any constructive comments, I would like to welcome. Otherwise, thank you so much.
भेरी नाइस ल यो धेरै धेरै राम्रो हो सर अब भनौँ त
सर भनौँ
Yes, Dr. Sangha, right?
यसको
Thank you, Vikas, for your presentation. And I would like to move forward to the participant for their uh, suggestion and query.
यसको भिडियो बनाउँछु के गर्छ
20 मिनट त यसको यत्तिकै भयो
And I would like to move towards
ओ
special
यत्तिकै
for
फोटो
presentation, sir, for the Vikas Basnet.
के कमेन्ट गर्छ
ल बस्नेत बाबु तिमी त धेरै मिहिनेत गरेका छौ बापरे यो युजी लेभलमा यतिको त मास्टर्समा पनि गर्दैन है
Thank you,
तिम्रो
sir.
त तिमी त एमएससी लेभलको यो काम गरिसक्यो र सरहरू पनि धेरै मिहिनेत गर्नुभएको छ धन्यवाद त्यसको लागि तिमीले मलाई त्यो के भने त्यो यो सिड साइज र यो पोट टेक्सचरहरू र प्लान्ट हाइटमा के फरक देख्यो तिमीले त्यहाँ? अरू
So
तिमीले रेनफेड र यो रेनफेड एरियामा जिनोटाइपमा यो के मोर्फोलोजिकल त्यो फरक के पायो तिमीले?
सर मेरो केसमा चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ 13वटा जिनोटाइप चाहिँ एक्जोटिक जम प्लाजमा युज गरेको। द्याट मिन्स ताइवानबाट ल्याएको क्वालिटी जिनोटाइप्सहरू रहेछ। अनि 3टा चाहिँ नेपालमै नेप्लिज आफ्नो यो प्रमिसिङ कल्टिभर नेपालमा चाहिँ बढी फार्मरले प्रिफर गरेको कल्टिभर एउटा केपिएस 1 भन्ने थियो, अनि अर्को प्रतिज्ञा भन्ने थियो, अनि अर्को केपिएस प्रतिज्ञा दुईवटा थियो क्या, केपिएस प्रतिज्ञा थियो अनि सम्राट पनि थियो। 3टा प्रमिसिङ कल्टिभर थियो। र प्रमिसिङ कल्टिभरको तुलनामा चाहिँ त्यो एक्जोटिक जम प्लाजमा चाहिँ चितवनको कन्डिसनमा चाहिँ स्पेसली CN95 र चाहिँ BC 1973A दुईटा जिनोटाइप चाहिँ एकदम सिग्निफिकेन्टली सिड डाइमेन्सनमा हेर्नुभयो भने लार्जर सिड सेप भएको, अनि प्लान्ट भिगरनेस हेर्दा पनि राम्रो देखिने, ओभरअल ग्राउन्ड कन्डिसन्समा यस्तो देखियो। अनि जुन कल्टिभर चाहिँ स्टेबिलिटीको आधारमा त्यो मोडल मैले जुन युज गरेको छु 2021मा पोस्ट गरेको मोडल हो, त्यो यो नेपालमा खासै ब्रिडिङ कस्मेटिक्समा कहीँ पनि युज भएको छ, स्पेसली एग्रिकल्चर सेक्टरमा चाहिँ। अनि यो चाहिँ हाइपोथेटिकल मोडल हो जसले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बेस्ड अन द सेभरल ट्रेड जति पनि मैले भेरिएबल मेजर गरेको छु एज अ फिनोटाइपिक मार्करको रूपमा, जसमा प्लान्ट टाइप भयो होइन, रुट आर्किटेक्चरमा चाहिँ रुट नोडल्स डायमिटरहरू भयो, सबै कुराहरू प्रेजेन्टेसन यहाँ राख्न ढिलो राख्न सकिनँ मैले सबै स्लाइड नराम्रो। अनि एबो ग्राउन्ड एन्ड बिलो ग्राउन्ड आर्किटेक्चरको भेरिएबलहरू भयो, त्यो हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ ओभरअल भेरिएबललाई चाहिँ एनालाइसिस गर्छ जुन टुलले चाहिँ, जसले चाहिँ के पत्ता लाग्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ BC 6173A र चाहिँ CN95 चाहिँ मोस्ट प्रोमिसिङ एन्ड स्टेबल जिनोटाइप हामीले चाहिँ यो स्टडीबाट म भन्न सक्छु। र यो स्टडीलाई भ्यालिडेसन गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यहाँ यो एउटा ग्राफ देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ यहाँ, दिस इज द राडर प्लट। अनि यो राडर प्लटमा चाहिँ दुईटा जिनोटाइप देखेको छ, BC 6370A एन्ड CN95, विच इज सिलेक्टेड फर द ओभरअल ट्रेड, नट ओन्ली वान ट्रेड। मोस्ट अफ द ब्रिडिङ प्रोग्राममा चाहिँ के फोकस हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इल एसोसिएट ट्रेडसँग मात्रै अन्ली इलमै सेलेक्ट गरिन्छन्, जुन कुरा चाहिँ नेपाल चाहिँ क्लाइमेट क्राइसिस कन्ट्री भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ भविष्यमा त्यो जिनोटाइप चाहिँ सही हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा रहँदैन। त्यो भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले सेभरल ट्रेड्सलाई चाहिँ आधार बनाएर हामीले चाहिँ क्रपलाई चाहिँ सेलेक्ट गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छन्। सो रेनफेड कन्डिसनमा चाहिँ ब्लक मोडलिङले चाहिँ के देखायो भन्दा BC 6370A एन्ड CN95 चाहिँ जसको चाहिँ इल पनि राम्रो छ, 2.8 टन्स पर हेक्टर भनेको धेरै राम्रो एभरेज प्रोडक्सनको हिसाबले हेर्दाखेरि। एन्ड स्टेबिलिटीको हिसाबमा, स्टेबिलिटी भन्नुको अर्थ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ कुनै पनि जिनोटाइपले चाहिँ कन्स्ट्यान्ट फिनोटाइप दिइरहन्छ भन्न खोजेको। जस्तो कि ग्रेन डाइमेन्सन 2 mm छ भने उसले 50 वर्षसम्म पनि 2 mm को डाइमेन्सन दिइराख्न सक्छ, द्याट इज स्टेबिलिटी। जो त्यसको आधारमा चाहिँ दुईटा जिनोटाइप चाहिँ प्रोमिसिङ क्यान्डिडेट छ र जुन चाहिँ फर्दर इभ्यालुएसन्सका लागि लान सकिन्छ भन्ने कन्क्लुजन चाहिँ म यहाँ लेख्न।
त्यो विकास तिमीले धेरै डेप्थमा गएको छ, बहुत खुसी लागेको छ र तिमी भविष्यमा गएर राम्रो एउटा ब्रिडर बन्छौ, त्यसको लागि शुभकामना पनि छ त्यो है।
थ्याङ्क यू सो मच सर।
म तिम्रो इन्ट्रेस्ट पनि हेरिसकेँ, लगभग तिम्रो इन्ट्रेस्ट यही डाइमेन्सन्समा अगाडि बढ्छ र तिम्रो एप्टिच्युड पनि छ। आई विश यु अल द बेस्ट विकास।
थ्याङ्क यू सो मच सर, आई रियली एप्रिसिएट फर इट फर द्याट।
बहुत राम्रो काम गरेको छ। ल सर अब लास्ट राम्रो सरले
धन्यवाद सर, विकास। ये राम्रै काम गरेको छ सरले भन्न सक्नुभयो, एक्सटर्नल सरले दुःख पनि गरिरहेको छ। त्यो अनुसार अब हामीसँग टाइमसँग अलिक कम भयो, प्रेजेन्टेसनको रेकर्डिङहरू उसको फाइन्डिङ पनि इन्ट्रेस्टिङली छ, राम्रो गरिरहेको छ, टेस्टहरू पनि राम्रो गरिरहेको छ। उसको फाइन्डिङको हाम्रो त्यो इन्ट्रेस्ट भन्दा अलिक पर हुनसक्छ कि भन्ने भयो। उसको जुन ब्रिडर बन्न सक्ने खालको इन्ट्रेस्ट त्यसका लागि अब हामी लास्ट चाहिँ हामीसँग छ लास्ट आजको लास्ट प्रेजेन्टेटर यो स्टेसनको प्रवीणा कुमार। प्रवीणा
Yes, sir.
स्लाइड सो गरेर सुरु गर्ने है। विश यू गुड लक
Yes,
फर
sir.
प्रेजेन्टेसन।
Okay, sir. Okay.